Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to St. Ives. And I'd like to introduce myself for those of you that haven't met me or don't know me. My name is Barry Fear. Welcome along to episode 56 today. Well, today on the show, we're going to talk about the show in general and why we are making changes to the show. And joining me now in the studio, it's a very good morning to Gus.
Morning, Barry. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm excited to get stuck into it today and have a bit of a chat about the future of the show.
The future of the show, to open this episode, well, like I said last week, the original show is starting to get a little bit stale, like the last couple of slices of bread. And here now to discuss this, here's Gus to open episode 56 with this.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. You know, we'd had a few, or actually not a few. You'd been going for quite a while on in the current format of your show, and it's been great. You've had lots to talk about and lots to discuss, but it's always nice to change it up every now and again.
Or in my case, mix it around a bit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, add something a little bit different for both you and for your viewers. So I think it's a great idea.
So, in general, the show will be finishing in this format at the end of next Monday's episode. So, you know, like with the current series, it's time to do a makeover of the show. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it works quite well that it comes right to the end of the year, pretty much, and then you can make a clean cut and have a little bit of a change and come back next year with a brand new style.
So next year on the show we'll be starting our Out and About series, and the first Out and About, what we thought we might take you up the road to a park in St. Ives and tell you about the importance of keeping the parks clean, why you shouldn't litter the park, why you should put your litter in the rubbish bins. Here's Gus.
Yes, thanks, Barry. That's great. Those are all great things, all really important, and great things to bring to people's attention. Yeah, sounds good.
And also to end the current episode, okay, we'll be talking about safety at the beach as well, safety around pools, safety on our buses. Here's Gus.
Yeah, awesome. All great things. As you say, those are very summer related, pools and beaches and buses when you're spending the day out. So that's great because as the weather starts, well, we hope the weather's going to start getting a bit warmer. It's a bit funny at the moment, but as we head into summer, hopefully we're going to see a bit more sun, have some nice days, and people are going to be spending time outside at the beach, in the pool, all that sort of stuff. So it's always important to stay safe.
And also we'll be talking about not leaving your valuables in the car too, because there are a lot of sometimes in summer people leave their valuables in the car. Here's Gus.
Yeah, it's true. you know, any sort of thing can happen if you leave it in the car. You may think you're safe, you may think you know where you are, and you know think it'll be fine, but you can never be too sure in your surroundings, and you never know what's going to happen. So it's not worth the risk.
And I will pause that. If you are preparing food for the party, guys, okay, make sure that you wrap separate items in Glad wrap. So if you're going to be refrigerating, I'll just start that again. If you're going to be putting things in the fridge, make sure that you cover them with cling wrap, especially dairy products, and put the label, the date, and what it is in a bowl. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Barry. Make sure you've got everything labelled and everything separate so that you're not mixing any of the foods.
And make sure that it doesn't cause cross-contamination to either. So, another important tip when you're organizing a Christmas lunch or a party, make sure that you have all your equipment ready the day before the party. You may like to start preparing some of the food the day before the party. Okay, like your trifle, because you don't want to be running around like someone going zing, zing, and then thinking, oh, beep, I haven't done this or that. So you can make some things in advance. Here's Gus.
Yeah, it's always a good idea, Barry. Make sure you're prepared, make sure you make it in advance, and don't get stressed out.
And if you're roasting a turkey, guys, make sure you put it on nice and early. So, say if you put it on at say 10 o'clock, okay, make sure that your oven is preheated, okay, to the right temperature. And before you take the turkey or ham home, guys, make sure it is in date. Here's Gus.
Yep, those are two good points, Barry.
Because you don't want to be, okay, cooking off turkey or meat, because it can give you really bad food poisoning. Here's Gus.
Yeah, we do not want food poisoning.
And if it's a big turkey and you're going to have leftovers for lunch, like I said before, put the leftovers in the fridge with Glad wrap, and have the date and the day that you cooked it, and so you can make a salad or a toasted sandwich with the leftover turkey or ham. Here's Gus.
Yeah, I love a good leftover sandwich. It's one of my favourite things about the Christmas food.
And we will take a break and come back with more on the show. It's time for a cup of tea, and we will be back with you, so stay tuned. Well, episode 56. Well, today, Gus and I are going to talk about Christmas and what does Christmas entail? Well, Christmas is a time where we get together with our families and friends, and we open presents, have a Christmas lunch, and all of that. And the golden law about Christmas, guys, is that you must enjoy Christmas and respect one another. Here's Gus now.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Barry. You know, people can get a little bit distracted, a little bit crazy, a little bit busy around Christmas, but
And a little bit silly as well.
yeah, exactly. So I think it's really important that you're always respecting everyone around you. You're always looking out for them, especially around Christmas. It's it's a really important time for a lot of people. You know, depending on what Christmas means to you, it can be really important too. It's really nice to be looking out for people and thinking of them.
And also, don't have a road rage attack on the roads and blame other people because you were late getting to this or that. So guys, if you're gonna be late, be late. Will it make a difference if you're 10 minutes late for the Christmas do or barbecue? No, it won't. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's right. It can be very tempting when you're in a rush when you're late to be in a bit of a rush to drive a bit faster, but it's not a good idea because all that's going to happen is you're going to be stressed, you're going to be angry behind the wheel, and at worst you could get in an accident.
And then if you go beep, and then point the finger up at another motorist, it won't look good.
That's right.
Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Barry. You said it all right there. You don't want to be getting angry. You don't want to be, beeping and swearing and doing any of that. So, just don't.
So, the importance of sharing Christmas is to be happy and positive. And I will talk more about driving safely on the road later on in the program, But let's talk about now how to prepare for a Christmas party. Okay, and not how to prepare for it. Firstly, let's talk about how to prepare for this Christmas party. Write the invites, and on the invites, you write the person's name, okay, the date and time of the party, and the venue. And if you've got someone in a wheelchair, make sure that it is wheelchair accessible. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's a good point, Barry. Make sure you let them know where it is, what time it is, and make sure that everyone has access.
And make sure you include an RSVP too, so that you know that if the person can come or not, and that way, you know how much food to buy. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's a good point as well, Barry.
So make sure you ask the person, have they got any specific dietary requirements, what food they can eat, what food they can't have, what the person can drink as well. Make sure that you include non-alcoholic beverages for the kids as well. Here's Gus.
Exactly, you're going to be all inclusive with all your food and drink, for diets or for adults or kids. Everyone's going to have something.
And make sure that if you're doing something with dairy, make sure that include some non-dairy items as well. Here's Gus.
Yep, that's right. So that's part of the dietary things. If someone's allergic to dairy, make sure they've got some non-dairy options.
And make sure you've got enough of everything, like your paper cups, plates, knives and forks, serviettes, snacks for everybody, drinks, ice for the drinks. Make sure you've got a good Christmas tablecloth. Here's Gus.
Yeah, those are all great points, Barry. Make sure you don't forget anything.
And make sure that you've got enough of everything. Like, it might be a wise idea, guys, to make a shopping list of what you need for the party, and make sure that you stick to a budget if you're going to go shopping for food. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Barry. Make sure you've got a full list and you've got a budget and you don't go over that.
So make sure that you've got enough plates and knives and forks for everybody, and make sure that they're disposable as well. Here's Gus.
Why do you want them disposable, Barry?
So that you can throw them away afterwards.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's a good point. Unless you just have a small party and then you can just wash them. But yeah, it's always good to be thinking about all those different options.
So make sure that you confirm the date and time of the party, and put your phone number so that the person can ring you and say yes, they are coming, and no, they are unable to make it, because if the person said that they're coming and they don't come, and then you realise that the job's booked, then it could be a very disappointing time for them. So it's always important, guys, to have an RSVP and a finish time for the party. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. You got to make sure everyone knows what time they're going to be anywhere, and whether it's turning up or leaving. It's always good to be on schedule.
And if you're having the party outside, okay, make sure you've got a shade cloth so that everybody's nice and cool, okay? And if it's raining, make sure that you've got enough room at your venue, okay? So that everyone can move in and out and around, and make sure if you've got someone in a wheelchair, guys, that is wheelchair accessible, and make sure that it's got a wheelchair accessible bathroom. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's right. As you said, if it's going to be outside, especially as we're coming into summer, it's going to be a bit warm. So make sure there's a bit of cover. Make sure there's somewhere, if it's sunny or raining, make sure there's a bathroom available and it's accessible as well.
So that's the organising the party. Now, preparing the actual food. Well, here we are now on the second last leg of our show for the year. Well, because I'm saying this because I am getting quite exhausted after a big year, and as many of you are aware, I moved from Queensland this year, and when you move from one place to another, it can certainly make you exhausted. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's right, Barry. It's a big move that you made, both physically and emotionally. You'd moved up to Queensland and you tried to, make a home there and make a place for yourself, and then you made the move back to Sydney and you've had to, change things up all over again. So that's big. That's a lot of a lot of change. So it's definitely it's been a big year for you.
So guys, we hope that you've enjoyed the current series of our show. Here's Gus.
Yeah, I definitely hope people have enjoyed it. It's a good point.
And it's not, if you think that we're going to stop the show altogether, well, I will calm you down because we don't want you thinking why Gus and Barry are now filming the show. Well, I'm just about to give you the reason. Well, like I just said last week, there will be changes to the show, and they are going to happen because, instead of just talking about the actual places that we're going to visit them and do the show about them. Here's Gus.
Yeah, it's a great format, Barry, and it's a great way of changing it up, keeping it interesting, but also just a great chance for you to get out and see some cool things around Sydney and around the place. I think I'm really excited because I'm excited to go and see a number of these things that you got planned, and I can't wait to see what we get up to.
So what I'd like you to do is write into me and I will give you the address on the show today because I have got permission to give the address on the show, and if you'd like to write in to my productions, just write to Ask Barry Productions at number 6 Stanley Street, St. Ives, New South Wales 2075. I would like viewers to write in and ask me what they would, I film this and that, and if we can get to where you want us to film, that'll be fantastic. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Barry. I can't wait to hear what people have. Any suggestions for us? The other thing they can do, if they don't, if they don't want to write in physically, they can always write a comment. They can leave comments on your videos. Because we want the people at home to be getting involved. We want them to be asking questions and giving us suggestions. I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got for us.
So now on to the nitty-gritty, on to today's episode of episode 56. It's after Christmas, and you're deciding what to do with the leftovers. Good morning. This is Barry and Gus with you on episode 56, the second last show of the year. There are lots of things you can do with the leftovers, guys, such as make a toasted ham or turkey sandwich with melted cheese. And I will tell you how to make that toasted sandwich right now. Firstly, you butter the slices of bread inside and out, okay? And then you put the leftover turkey or ham and then cover with your favorite cheese, then cover the slices of bread, butter the outside of the bread as well, and then you put in a chapel iron and cook until the cheese is melted and the meats are hot. Here's Gus now to open the remainder of episode 56 with that. Gus, is your mouth watering?
It absolutely is, but I mean, I've never done that myself, so that sounds great, but I'll have to give that a go. So,
and then, are you thinking of what to do with the leftover salad? Well, you can serve that with the sandwich as well, perhaps a side of potato chips, okay, and then for dessert, what about a nice fresh fruit salad? Here's Gus.
That sounds awesome, Barry. I love it.
So, like I've said, always label and date your food, guys, and check the date on the perishables. Here's Gus.
That is a very smart idea, Barry, because especially around Christmas time, there's going to be lots of stuff in the fridge. You don't want to lose track of it.
And if you while you're waiting for your food to cook in the oven, okay, have some snacks to nibble on, like your Jatz crackers, your pretzels, and things like that. Here's Gus now.
Yeah, snacks are good. It's a good idea.
And what about your favorite dip, like French onion dip, tahini, your hummus, you name it? Here's Gus.
Yeah, we love a good dip with some crackers.
So again, I've made my outsiders mouth water at the thought of eating all that food. I think your mouth is salivating, Gus.
Absolutely it is.
So, once you finish your party, clean up, guys, put any rubbish in the bin or any recyclables in the recycle bin, and thank everybody for the gifts that they gave you. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's a great point, Barry. Make sure that you keep track of everything that all the food, everything that happens. You got to keep track of it.
Now it's time to talk about the end of the year and what is going to be happening for me next year. Welcome back to episode 56. It's Monday, and welcome along back to you and to all the viewers out there. I'm Barry Fair. Now that I've talked about how to organize the Christmas party, let's talk about not how to organize the party. Okay? But before I get on to that, enjoy your feast, have a Merry Christmas. Now, on to not how to organize the party. don't assume that you've got enough of everything when you haven't. Here's Gus to open the rest of today's show with that.
Yeah, that's right. Christmas, you know, it's a nice time. Planning the Christmas party is good, but you gotta make sure you enjoy your feast and you have a good time when you're eating.
And now, don't assume that you've organized the party properly when you haven't, because like I said before, the break, people are going away on holidays, and don't just pick a date where people might be going away for that week. Here's Gus now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it can be a little bit hard. As you say, lots of people go away, so you might not be able to throw a party when everyone can come, but you've got to check, you've got to see what dates work, and then you just try your best.
And don't get frustrated if you can't organize the party straight away, okay? Because playing a blame game on someone because they haven't organized it properly, it doesn't suit well. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's right. Blame game is never good. There's no need to get angry. You just sort of keep going until it works.
So anyway, don't assume that you've got enough of everything when you haven't. But we won't go into all of that. And I'll pause that. Take a breath for a minute. Welcome back, everyone. So, let's move up to the activity about not organizing a Christmas party. So, it's not okay to get angry when something hasn't been organized properly. Here's Gus.
Yeah, exactly. Getting angry is...
So are we doing album? Okay.
Yeah, getting angry is never really a good idea, Barry. It doesn't help anyone, doesn't help any situation. So it's always good to, just to take a deep breath, take your time, and let things go.
So let's talk about now how to organize what to do with the leftovers now. As I said at the beginning of this program today, it is with sadness that we will be bringing the original concept of the show to an end. And it's not with sadness, but, you know, guys, when I do YouTube, sometimes I'm just here in the studio and not out and about enough. Well, that is about to change because next year on the show, on the new series, which is coming up, and this series is called Ask Barry. So write in and ask, can we film this or that for you? And if we can get there, yes. And if you would like to see the new show, all you've got to do is leave a comment or write into us. Here's Gus.
Yeah, it's great, Barry. I think we've mentioned this before, but yeah, it's always good to write in and give you suggestions, and we'll see what we can do with it.
So, whatever it is that you'd like to see, whatever it happens to be, whether we're at a shopping center, doing a food review, visiting a park, you name it, doing safety around the buses, preparing the bus for a road trip. Here's Gus.
Yeah, that's great, Barry. You know, make sure that, yeah, we get lots of different ideas and we check out lots of different things so we can see them all.
So we might touch on now preparing our vans for an outing. Now, make sure that the van is clean and tidy inside and the tire pressures are good and that there's enough diesel in the vans. Here's Gus.
Yeah, it's always good to be prepared, make sure everything's clean and ready before you go out.
And importantly, guys, make sure that your passengers are safe. Here's Gus.
Yeah, always keep your passengers safe, make sure that everyone's strapped in and seatbelts going up.
Now, you may recall I did a video about van safety back a couple of months back, and we might even do a van safe loading and unloading of the vehicle in the new series coming up next year. And we really do hope that you enjoy the new series coming up, because Gus, Alec and I are looking forward to bringing it to you. Now, here is the closing sequence of today's show. Well, we've come to the end of episode 55. Thank you so much for joining us on episode 56. Next week will be the final original show of 2023, and here's Gus to tell you about it.
Yeah, very excited for that, Barry. Got one final show for the year and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And the message that I've always closed the show with, and the community announcement I've always made, and I will continue to make it, 000, do not mess around with that number and prank the call takers with stupid, idiotic calls. Please, here's Gus.
That's it, Barry. I think anything more needs to be said on that.
And if you're driving out on the road, guys, please do take it easy out there if you're planning a road trip, because if you drink and drive, guys, you are an absolute idiot. And no matter where you are, the police will book you, fine you, and if you or all your passengers are caught not wearing your seatbelts over this Christmas, New Year period, that is it. That is your license totally. Here's Gus now for this.
That's right, Barry. Drink driving, never a good idea, and especially in this period, it'll be double demerits, so that's your license gone.
So we will remind you of this next week on our final show of the year. Now, usually we would end the show just before we're about to close up, but I've got a few things coming up in the next couple of weeks or so we look forward to hear you tuning in for the final episode, and that will be episode 57, and then episode 58 will be just thanks for tuning in, and then next year the changes to the show will kick in. So until Gus and I see you again, thank you for tuning in today, and we look forward to your company next week. Here's Gus for his farewell now.
Yeah, thanks Barry. It's been good. I'm looking forward to being back next week.
And until then, guys, you know where we bring the show to you. I'm Barry Fear. You take care. See you next week, everybody. And Merry Christmas to those that have already gone on a holiday. Then we'll see you next year. Bye, and see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.